Gerni pressure cleaners. I've had one of these for over 2 years, and I've used it in many applications. I've used it to wash cars. I've used it to clean paving, like the dude there is doing. Let me tell you, at that distance, you're not going to get any scrubbed in dirt off. You've got to hold it a lot closer. Now, this one here, the sizing is interesting on these. The 100.5, Ginger wants to be a part of this. I've actually had a 105.5, but I've just bought this one because it was on special. Because actually, just from use, the hose, this is the handle and head and the hose actually had a spot where I'd rubbed it on the concrete so much, but mind you, it's had hours and hours and hours out actually in commercial jobs doing cleaning. I've cleaned pool covers with it, I've cleaned paving with it, and it actually wore through the outside. So here's a tip for anyone who's got a gurney. If you've got a bit where it's wearing, almost worn through, put some strong tape on it, because once it wears through, because it's under pressure, you cannot patch it or tape it at that point. You have to replace the hose. So I actually bought this probably 2 months ago now to replace the hose, because the other one was still going fine. And as I said, so far as longevity, the thing was absolutely amazing. What do we got here? Engineered and developed in Denmark. I'm sure it's not made there now, but it was still running great. But we've just washed a car this morning, and halfway through we had a smoke show. The old one had finally given up the ghost, but as I said, you know, this clearly says domestic use only, and I've used it, and you know, it's been out for an 8-hour working day where I've had a young guy working for me, and it's gone all 8 hours. It's done that 3-4 days in a row, so totally happy with the life of it. It lasted really well. On the standard garage job is going to be no problem at all. So I just wanted to give that report, and then for the unboxing, it does actually come with a soap thing. You can put your soap in here and it will funnel through. You can see you connect your hose up when you're connecting it on, so it pumps soap into the system. Never used that, and don't think I ever would. I'll put a link up here. I've got another video where I actually, when I first got the gurney, so probably 18 months ago, 2 years ago now, and I was washing a car, and I just showed you the different things about what it does and doesn't do, so have a look there. But here's the new guy, and I'm hoping that pressure difference going from 105, sorry, to 100 isn't going to be too much. All that we need to do, nice new unit, this is where the pressure hose goes. In the back, we'll pull that cap off and screw it into there. There you go, that's the metal one. And in the front is the hose fitting here. So we'll screw that onto the front so that we can click it onto the hose. And that's it, plug it in and hit go. So I'll put those two fittings on and then show you. It's all connected up now, ready to go. We've got the hose fitting on the front. That just screwed up, and there's a rubber O-ring to seal it. On the back, the metal on metal thread was a little bit gritty, so I just got a little bit of Teflon tape, broke it off and wound it on, and then screwed it on, and it went on absolutely beautiful and tightened up. So we've plugged him in. So now we just need to plug in the water, and it just goes with a standard hose adapter. And whatever country you're in, I'm sure they'll sell it with the right adapter. Click that on, nice and straightforward. Give it water, and it's already got power. Just hit the on-off switch here. Up we go. And then it needs water to flow through it. It's got air in it at the moment. So by pulling the trigger, there we go. The water will come in, and now when we let go, it'll automatically switch off. So this is the trigger here on the handle. You pull it, starts going, as you can see. Turn it off, and she stops. So there you go. I've had one, as I said, over 2 years. I mean, I'm not saying it's only going to last 2 years, because mine, goodness me, that'd be equivalent of 20 years with the domestic use. I really gave it a hard time. So if you're just washing the car down, washing your concrete down, then it's absolutely fine. So all sorts of applications. To give you a quick look over here, like when your concrete gets a bit dirty and mouldy. Have a look at that. So absolutely brilliant things to have around to keep things clean. Now when you're washing a car, well, again, have a look at the video I linked at the start, talk about not getting too close. But the huge thing is, again, this is a great place to show you. If you clean from back here at that distance, you can wet, you can blow off leaves, you can do all sorts of things, but it's not going to clean. Don't you have to come down close until you start to get it cleaning like that to get that mold and mildew off. So by varying how close it is, you get a lot of control over what's actually going on. So of course, the bigger the pressure jet, you can clean from back here if it's blowing harder and bigger. That's the advantage, and that's why they go bigger. But with these little guys, you can still do most of the cleaning job. It's just that you're going to have a small little work area that's working, so it'll take it along to do it. The big job I did was actually stones, and I had to work back a bit because they were actually flaking. The stones weren't that solid, so they needed the less pressure in order to get the job done well.